Uh, you think I have the money to fucking download music from the source? You're crazy. Anyways, it sucks that fucking VR chat reset me last night. I was snuggling Coral here. Damn it. In any case, though, my name is Flicker, and welcome to my usual Sky Dailies. Hope Coral's doing okay. Aww. Hmm. Alright, Coral VR chat didn't do that immediately, so thankfully Coral did still see me fall asleep next to them. That's good. Oh, but no, I'm really excited right now because I was able to synthesize music in the middle of dreaming. Like, actively aware and making decisions on how to synthesize the music of 3 different songs and all the reference points in the middle of dreaming and moving about within my dreams. Ah, like 2 Nitro Fun songs with maybe a bit of Guitar Mass or something. Oh, let alone being able to move out in my dream environment without actually going past the limitations of a human body, but instead actually just parkouring throughout it. Could have been because I had a regular dream ahead of time where I was storing objects and sorting through things. Got woken up by an alarm and then ended up falling back asleep into that kind of half awake state. But even so, that's still fucking awesome. Nitro fun, nitro fun, nitro fun, nitro fun, nitro fun. This is a song that's playing in my head currently, so let's see if we can't find. Double mix. New game. Old school. Dragonfly is a good one. Still don't understand why they made a song like titled Mind Break, but whatever. There we go. Yeah, no. New game cheat codes, but then add in a little bit of like guitar mass every now and then or something. Maybe it was a different song. I know Guitar Mass has the themes and tones of the guitar sample that was used in my dream, but it doesn't necessarily have the same pacing. Cheat codes unlocked. Hell yeah. In any case, we're going to be getting our Sky Dailies done, and then I'm going to be getting on with my day. Applying some antibacterial drops into my eyes, because fucking I forgot to take care of the body and forgot to take care of meds at some point, so the snot ended up getting on my eyes, causing a bacterial infection. Not via directly, but more like snot on pillow and then eyes rubbing against it in sleep. Which sucks! Because I was rubbing my eyes, which was then spreading the film from my eyes and the bacterial infection all across my skin around my eyes, which could then been one of the reasons why my skin was getting irritated and starting to cake up with oil. I mean, if the dense stork is watching, I do want to say thank you for being reliable. Not in the sense of, hey, oh, hey, I can depend on you and open up to you, but in the sense of, hey, oh, hey, if I'm going to be making mistakes and doing things and trying to figure things out for myself, me being a mess isn't about to bring you down or make you reach out to me when you're not comfortable to do enough to do so. And I appreciate that. So that means you're holding your own boundary line and prioritizing your own health fundamentally, even though you want to help me or someone else. And that is a healthy balance. Because being able to recognize the difference between your own capabilities and your desires is critically important to balancing your creating a balanced and healthy future for yourself in the long term. Now, if I could get these two songs to sync up in the way I want them to, that would be lovely, but sadly enough, as is, this little mini edit is not going to work well enough for that. I wish they would let me grab more popcorn, but nope, that's just the little thing that they don't let me stock up on. Accidentally hit the V button. Aww, candle heart. Neat. Oh, I wish I could wake up every morning like this. Just having the energy and the spirit and the clear mind to talk and just ramble, to be myself fully and utterly without having the desync between my beliefs, all my contradicting beliefs, and all the things I want to do. Can't tell if I'm delusional or not for thinking I might have an alien superintelligence growing within the depths of my mind via an artificial AI that I programmed into existence via my subconscious by passing the task along to my subconscious instead of actually trying to program it alive in the computer because by passing along certain tasks to subconscious and allowing it to build up a base of intuition, you then no longer have to consciously process the well process of figuring things out, and instead you can kind of build up this memory muscle, this subconscious enneagram of how to navigate through certain moments. Oh right, you're wanting me to fucking do a mission. Sorry about that. I will be right there. I will be right there. I'm sorry. Ah. Hmm. I'll learn many things from this carnival. And then when I finally play around with all these objects, oh, I'm gonna have fun, 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 fun. We're gonna have some nitro fun. Making puns. We're gonna have some nitro fun making puns. I wonder if they do make puns. Open path. Why is that in here? Well, yeah, nitro fun, but alright, songs I have on my phone. Open path. Satisfactions, splices, and little edits. That goes in there because I'm the one who created that little overlap, even though I didn't do much editing. I'm pretty sure someone could edit it into a better existence later. Alright. We're gonna do the coin collecting. We're gonna do the coin collecting. We're gonna do the coin collecting. Yes. Parallels. Nah, not feeling that song right now. Anticipation. It's intoxication. No hesitation. I'm giving into this sweet sensation. Play, play, play. Let your inner child play with all the things that don't make sense. And wait until they play with it in a way that starts to make sense. Come with me. Oh. Oh. Well, I mean, that makes for a wonderful cutscene. But jeez. Come with me. Get over here and take a journey. You know it'll be fun. No, no time limit. Just have it. Limit cape level. Max cape level 3. Hmm. Okay. I might want to adjust this. I definitely want to do the same thing, same idea. Imagine if you can use the boost pads to create... Anticipation fuels intoxication. So that's what I've been dealing with. Got it. Okay, so long as I don't anticipate, I won't intoxicate. Which means giving up on the dense door coming back. Heck. But no, boost platforms. If they could find a way to make them work so that way they allow you to just instantly enter the sliding mode like this. Oh, that would be so fucking cool. Why? I don't know why they don't embrace the roller skates and skateboarding aspects that this game could have more. I don't understand it. Oh, yeah, no. Adding some Sonic inspiration, some Jet Set Radio inspirations into this game would liven it up in a way that nothing else would. You'd still have your beautiful areas, your beautiful moments, and everything. The calm and the stillness between. But you can make moving from point A to point B a meditative journey in and of itself that doesn't have to be restricted by speed limits or player or like a limited skill set sometimes. Sometimes you could just let this be the platform movement experience that it really could bloom into. Ooh. All right. Yeah, no, you're gonna want that to attach to where it should. Anticipation. That's what fuels intoxication. No hesitation. Yeah, no, if you could do the rollerblades aspect, you could even make it similar to like ski shooting, where you pass by something and pick up the ball. Running fun. Hmm. I just want to help people have fun with this. Oh, and now they've got the dynamic scale of the bounding box changing, so that way they can accommodate for shit like this. Fucking hell yes. Oh. Ah. Damn it, I wanted to actually publish that. Hmm. Not allowed to? Why am I not allowed to? Okay. Remove challenge. Not ready yet. Meditation via movement is just as important as meditation via stillness. And I wish the creators of this game would embrace that. Oh. That feeling of just moving and being free. Hell, you could even put that meditation via movement behind having completed all the spirits on the map. So that way they have to learn the joy, the patience of meditation via stillness in order to unlock meditation via movement. Like how people get lost in just driving around on the hills. Hmm. Fucking hell yeah. Oh, I wish they would allow us to grab that balloon as a prop. Oh, that's so cool. Because if it was if you could just bump into it and it would bounce you around like the bumpers in Celeste, or other things in Sonic and whatnot. Oh, there's so much potential here. I love it. Hmm. Alright. That's in the Golden Wasteland, that's in the Golden Wasteland. The fun to be found in potential. Stop go. Stop go. Please don't go. I've been good, I've been bad, but this moment is all we really have. So when the night is calling, I hang up the phone. My voice is singing sweetly, you don't have to be alone. Oh, 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 whoa, oh, come with me. Okay, when my stomach is feeling like this, I think I need to eat some protein. That acidic. Ow. Once you've maxed out darkness, you can't exactly collect more darkness. Which would help explain why Riku has such a fucking bonus in, like, confidence understanding in Kingdom Hearts. He'd already gone to the full depths and recovered. So he knew that so he knew how far down he was and what he should do in each area. Meanwhile, Sora, the adorable, beautiful, lighthearted dumbass, was always learning new things about the darkness. And thus hadn't reached the full depth of things before. They'd faced off against the full depth of things before, but they hadn't embraced the full depths of things within themselves before. Because to have the potential the ability to live down there is one thing, but to acknowledge and embrace it while knowing where it holds its healthy place in is a complete other. Which would explain how the drive forms in Kingdom Hearts 2 sometimes glitch out and you're left in this shadow state. Where, yeah, Sora has been to his limit, but he hasn't been there consciously. He's just kind of done so from self-sacrifice, which isn't a healthy move. It's a well-meaning and beautiful one, especially in reference to why he did it for his friend, but if he keeps doing that endlessly, then ultimately he wouldn't be saving or helping anyone. He'd be hurting himself in the long run. Huh. Neat. The same thing can be said for maintaining the status quo or expectations. If you're only trying to preserve the surface while letting the substance underneath rot, then ultimately you're not going to have a substance to build surface on eventually. It's basic architecture. Without a proper foundation, you cannot create a skyscraper. But the work and time and effort it takes to build a proper foundation is daunting. It's something that a lot of people would love to just avoid, especially architects that have branded visions and dreams of what they want to have happen, but don't want to spend the time, money, or patience to really understand the engineering problems behind it. And so the engineers just bap them over the head whenever they get a ridiculous design, are asked to execute on it, and then it's like, let's add pillars later. It's like, think it through. Build your own sketch model out of toothpicks and fucking out of toothpicks and scotch tape and fucking popsicle sticks. Don't wait for me to build it out of concrete and everything else, when that takes real resources that take time to construct down in ways that toothpicks and popsicle sticks and scotch tape don't. Use your glue, get messy, damn it, instead of asking me to deal with pressure forces that are a pain in the ass and I have to reinforce it from the outside or from within as I build the structure with extra resources that cost more. Build something wonderful that also fits within the bounds of reality, you fucking frustrating architect. Letting meme and metaphor and reference points all into one. I don't want to see you waste mine, others, and your own time by you just demanding that your idea be built. I want to see you understand the engineering challenges on a basic level so that way you can at least then modify and adjust things professionally ahead of time before people's time and resources are wasted. Because then we're all happy with the end result instead of me just wanting to smack you over the head after months of many other people's hard effort and labor to see the sketch of the idea that that you needed to see in person be told, I'd like to add a few other things. And it's just like, hmm. Hmm. No, I'm not trying to shame you. You are perfectly valid as a person. I'm just getting annoyed and frustrated because I don't want to see you waste your energy and time on a half-baked idea that ultimately could be worked through and even improved before we get to the large-scale materials. I mean, if you want to be of help to me, then please subscribe and support me on this channel and in my future endeavors. I would appreciate it. Hmm. Hmm. Steel as body, fire as blood. That's an interesting concept. Hmm? Hell yeah. We are children of restraint and wonder. From the dance between them springs forth that which has not yet been named. Creation is not born of calm, but of the embrace between what is controlled and what overflows. Learn to be your own creation, so that way you may destroy the obstacles that stand in your way, without destroying the people that live amongst such obstacles. So can't tell him, so can't tell him, so can't tell him nothing when we burn it down. This is supposed to be a meditative game, and I'm just running through it like fucking cartoon character. Can't tell him nothing when we burn it down. Going to temp down, I said probably not. So can't tell him, so can't tell him nothing when we burn it down. So can't tell him, so can't tell him, so can't tell him nothing when we burn it down. That's why I love to see challenges in life and wonder, even out in the midst of this wasteland. Sure, I can't make your journey easier or any less scary, but I can provide little safety havens and moments of wonder amidst all the fear. You may not be able to stay in those safe havens. You may not be able to rely on them. But know that they are there for you. Those little sparks yet unkindled back to life via your own flame. The fragments that were once discarded pick it up again, starting to be collected as material for resculpting, for reimagining, for recreating, for new existences you've yet to understand. Fear has big eyes. You're stronger, faster, and smarter than whatever is scaring you. Just because you're intimidated by skies does not mean you cannot slip out of its sight. You can. Even if it knows behind there an object. Even if it knows you're behind a piece of wall, it's still a brief reprieve more than it not knowing where you are at all. Gotta love the krill. They really are truly just overgrown shadows of fear and paranoia. Children lost within darkness that hunger to be alive again, and so they seek out the lights of others without understanding how to kindle their own. I don't understand why they try to frame them as dark dragons. That is the... Dark dragons are only what they wish to be seen as. The community sees them as sea puppies. As children lost within darkness and seeking company and comfort despite their cold existence. The light of confusion that pervades their senses when they see light that they cannot have, and so they become angry, but that does not take away their worth and value. I want to nurture Krill back into Star Children. Because if I'm quick enough to slip out of their sight, then I'm quick enough to top on, give them head pats, and give them hugs. Burn it down. And if that darkness recoagulates elsewhere, if it becomes something that just reemerges, then we'll burn it down again. Rekindle it again into new life. Why does fear have to be the suffocator of life? It's also the originator of it. You cannot face the dark and assume it is only bad. The dark wishes to play, and it does not know the rules of the game. So simply try your best to teach it, to be patient with it. And if it thinks it can get away, then fucking give it boops, bunks, and learning lessons in gentle ways that help it learn, help it grow as something more than just fear. Nurture the id with the superego, so that way the ego may form more freely and completely as something more than a static object, but an active living waveform within the identity of self that you call you. Sure, it's not fun to become childish when you have pride. But if pride keeps you from living, then you need to cast it aside and let yourself be. The revolution of children who pretend as adults, so the world may keep functioning until others can accept it. That wild truth of logic as the teacher, emotion as the child, and the ego as a beautiful fusion between a dance of a teenager, awkwardly holding their own fear close and nurturing it into new life, instead of using it to suppress life that they do not understand. Decay is necessary for growth. If you cannot let go of your past achievements, then you will stagnate into an oblivion of your own creation, fueled by pride, by worry and fear, and I don't want to see you become that, because you're worth more than that, damn it. Down. If the only way out is down, then I'm down. Children are wild fucking animals. Teach them to be themselves even in the midst of their restraint. Let them play with their presentation, instead of dealing out more shame to people who are already overwhelmed. It'll get rough, it'll get confusing and weird before it gets better. Down, I said probably not. Beautiful creatures. Still wild, though. Multiply fire by water, what do you get? Plasma. Can't tell them nothing when you burn it down. Add fire plus water and you get steam. But multiply fire by water, you get plasma. Negativity can be seen as fire. Positivity can be seen as water. Hollow purple. So can't tell 'em, so can't tell 'em nothing while we burn it down. So can't tell 'em. Thought that was a player there. Neat. Ooh, they're skipping off across the sand dunes. Using gravity for fun. So can't tell 'em nothing while we burn it down. So can't tell 'em, so can't tell 'em, so can't tell 'em nothing when we burn it down. Ooh, neat. New discovery. Gonna leave my character standing here as I refill my water, maybe grab a snack. Be right back. Can't tell can't tell can't tell them nothing as we burn it down. Can't tell them nothing as we burn it down. Can't tell them nothing as we burn it down. If someone could find a heat sink that generates ambient low-level heat and back into electricity at an efficient rate, or at an efficient enough rate to be practically useful, while also cooling things down, then we could have energy creation and energy storage. Yeah, might as well have fun with this. Mm-hmm. See you around. So can't tell him nothing when we burn it down. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. You're losing your health with the life that you've been leading, honey. You're somebody else when you pick up the phone. Oh, you're falling apart. Every time they say they need you, honey, please. It's breaking my heart to see you go on. Oh, you say my name and the world burns. Hold me on your arms and my heart burns like the sunlight. And I can't fight the way you hypnotize me like you do. You go all your lies and you break hearts. I still need you, 'cause I'm free to. My daydream may be fake, but babe, you are too. I need to learn to party in my daydreams instead of fucking treating them as something to keep alive. Smiles and carries on. You're living it off. You're living a lie. Oh, I can know you can't be alone. You would rather what you have than the unknown. Show yourself, but join the show. Oh, 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 oh. You say my name and the world turns. Hold me in your arms and my heart burns like the sunlight. And I can't fight the way you hypnotize me like you do. With your eyes and my day starts. You go your lies and you break hearts. I still need you, 'cause I'm free to. My daydream may be fake, but babe, you are too. I love how the song kind of dips into a little bit of a sad party mixed with the sincere. Da 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 da. When you are staring at the sun, you close your eyes, but you got nowhere to run. When you lose your head, your heart has nowhere left to turn. Let it burn, let it burn. I'm yours until you've had all your fun. I'm losing myself. You smile and I get sunburned. The summer memories under a summer sun. I'll never forget the little family we had there, friends and chill times, amongst all my stress and struggling. You're losing yourself with the life that you are leading, honey. Somebody else when you pick up the phone. Oh, you're falling apart. Every time they say they need you, baby, please. It's breaking my heart to see you go on. Oh, you say my name and the world turns. Hold me in your arms and my heart burns like the sunlight. And I can't fight the way you hypnotize me like you do. You tell all your lies and you break hearts. I still need you, 'cause I'm free to. My daydream may be fake, but babe, you are too. You're letting them win. They forgive them and you smile and carries on. You're living it all. You're living a lie. Oh, I can know you can't be alone. You would rather what you have than the unknown. You poison yourself, but you're enjoying the show. Oh. Loved you, Kamara. Still do, but I know you can't be mine. So I'll party through the grief and celebrate the times we still had as friends. Because there's no other celebration to be had than the true memory of someone you loved to counteract the grief of them passing. Even if they still live, they can die while alive, you know. Become someone unrecognizable to you. Party through the grief. Let the mourning be part of the party. Let the crying be part of the laughter. Let the paradox of life and death breathe new life into everyone there, as they are inspired by what was now gone. Love is blind when you are staring at the sun. You close your eyes, but you've got nowhere to run. When you lose your head, your heart has nowhere left to turn. Let it burn, yours until you've had all your fun. I know I can't keep you all to myself, darling. Thank you for the memories, though. Thank you. It takes courage and strength of will to work through grief and incorporate it into joy. Maybe that's the reason why we see funerals as sad things. Because the mature option is so hard to struggle for. And we all want to give respect and grace to the people who do not have the strength to reach for that mature adoption yet. And so they become a place of solace. More than they do become a place of true remembrance. I will face my grief in order to let you go, you dork. But I'll always remember you. It's really hard to laugh through the pain. I'll do it. I'll be a fool for you. Oh, I don't know what I was gonna put in here. Damn it. Lost my train of thought, my Roomba. Oh well. Something to be shared when someone finally sets it off again. That sentiment. Hey. Party at the end of the world. The grief of a dying world. It deserves to be remembered for what it was, and not the slow decline into its death. We had the 2000s, the 1990s, all of those generational triumphs. The teenagers, the parties, the showing our heart and caring about each other even as we didn't understand, the adults telling us to be patient, telling us that this is how the world works, only to then become those adults along the way. Ah, we don't wait, the world won't break for you. We don't stop. You know what? Yeah, no, that is the strength of a real leader. To let the people they care about and want to keep close know that that their leader needs to move on and do their own thing. To let them know that you still care even if you can't always be there every day. I want the strength of a leader. The strength of someone who invigorates new life into empty moments. I want to live, not just survive. I want to see other people live too. Not just become hollow shells. There will always be more chaos in the face of growth than there will be in passive acceptance of what you give up on. Burst, 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 burst. Even if it's only for a little bit. Bloom! You don't need to run a mile. You don't even need to fucking walk it with your shoulders up. Crawl if you need to. But if someone could use a little bit of warmth and show them that you can still move. Muster up the strength to give a little burst. A little bit of fun along the way. Even if you cannot be the safe space that they need or desire, you can still inspire their joy. In the midst of all that darkness, that grief, all of that unknown, scary things, you can turn it into a little party, even in the face of fear. I ain't scared of growing old. Every DJ I know's told me they're where the party's at. So let's dance like no one's watching. It really would be something funny, adorable, and sweet to know that for me as the younger found family, that I'm the one who acts like the mature sibling, and the older one actually acts like the immature sibling. Oh, that would be such a little dynamic to play with. Where someone doesn't have to be responsible 24/7, even if they are capable and willing to meet me in the rough moments out of respect instead of fear. Because there's no point in living while inspired by fear. Okay, no, there is point in living despite being inspired by fear, but there's no point in taking actions on that fear. Not because it can't have good intentions, but because good intentions, when fueled by fear, paranoia, grief, and pain, are more likely to have negative outputs due to the fuel that's using to create the actions. That is not to say don't try. Do try, but be careful with your trying. Know how to hold responsibility for your actions and your impacts without dismissing yourself or others, and you will bloom eventually. Ah, an engine that was never meant to start, fueled by sparks of the heart. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. I don't have that song downloaded? Well, now I've got to go grab it. Hold up. Mm. Tart. There we go. Comfort zone. There we go. Machine that was never supposed to start. Zeros. Activated to code to change it. Oh, shut it. How far away can I get from this before it closes itself off again? A typical tune, you know. After all, you and me are rather similar. I'm just better, I know. It means how it feels to be exceptional. And in the season got it. In the season, makes me feel sick. Oh, it's so to service means to meet an end. Means to meet an end. And aside, why don't you try to be an important as to our experiment? Run the conditional 3, 2, 1 again down the drum. Focus channel and then discard. Sympathy has a place in a righteous heart. I will defy you, song. Only situation where I'll do that to crabs, because, well, they'll get back up and bury into the ground. And that migraine. Oh, hey, one was left upright. First give, then take. That is the proponent of fair trade. Yay! Oh, it's such a waste to grow. It's sick of scientific taste. To understand you're too precious to waste. To play toys. I see you playing me for the fool to be replaced by a less inconvenient tool to dejection. Not one needs to overrule. Some people like me have the right to be cruel. I cannot play it cool when you look at me from above. Being too good is feeling good enough. Being too good equals being not good enough. Disposable is just any other part. Another part to fill the testing chart. Yeah, no, I don't want to live such a life. Fuck off. That is why I will not be another fucking... I don't know how they found me. Do I not have that song? Okay, no, get back over here. Alright, there's no spaces between the words. That would be why. IDK, how they found me. Are you serious, Discord? But they found me. Okay, not IQ. Okay, not the song I was looking for, but hey, works well enough. You can never ever stop them, 'cause they're never gonna quit. Gonna get what they want, and they are gonna get it quick. Lose yourself inside your city, lose your mind inside a week. You can't lose all of your money, you can't find enough to sleep. In this world, to survive, we might live while we're alive, or we can die. Open side, keep the knife like it's something to do. I'm a voluntary victim. Watch your colonial tongue, I'll watch you tighten the noose. I'm burning in your fear IQ. I'm burning in your fear IQ. You enough ellipsis time, and don't you lose all your control. 'Cause you can't get into heaven if you haven't got a soul. You said it never stop me if you're sick or you're obscene. You're a vendor, you can bake, but they'll replace you with machines. Inside crystal life like it's something to do. I'm your voluntary victim. Watch your colonial tongue, I'll watch you tighten the noose. I'm burning in my fear IQ. I'm burning in your fear IQ, paralyzed by the sum of your parts, and abstract with your human heart. Captivated, but I'm so confused, and burning up in your fear IQ. Ooh. Come inside, twist the knife like it's something to do. I'm your voluntary victim. Watch you colonial tongue, I'll watch you tighten my noose. I'm burning in your fear IQ. I'm burning in your fear IQ. I'm burning in your fear IQ. Da 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 da, ba da da da, da 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 da, ba da 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 da. Stop, drop, and drag them into place, and lock the fire escape. I'll break your pretty face, your false self. Oh, you clever little things. You sycophantic teens, what a precious basket case. Yeah. Now shut your dirty mouth. If I could burn this down, I wouldn't hesitate to smile while you suffocate, and I would be just fine. And what a lovely time it would certainly be. So bite your tongue and choke yourself to sleep. If not, then come fight me. Yeah, oh, get everything you want. Money always talks to the idiot savants. Looking at you, fucking lizard man and Elon. Dumbasses. If I could burn it down, I wouldn't hesitate to smile while you suffocate and die. And I would be just fine. And what a lovely time it would surely be. So bite your tongue and choke yourself to sleep. Your tongue tries to defend you so much, but if you bite it, you have to either choke yourself back into the sleep of the unknown, or the sleep of dying because of your own damn pride. And I see you choosing to do the second, so I'm not going to be fucking merciless. After all, you're putting human lives at stake. Why the hell would I be kind to that? I value human lives. I value people's lives. And so to just see you think that you can maintain the status quo by burning through people and traumatizing them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it pisses me off. Please, let your false self die. And if you feel the pain, sit with it. It's the consequences of your actions. Learn to sort through that while allowing space for those who can somehow survive you to come close without being manipulated by you. In that way, you will find your own way past the apathy line, even if it sucks. Drag me into place, lock the fire escape. I'll break your pretty face. Yeah. Aw, you clever little things. You sycophantic teens. Overgrown is because you've overgrown from the fears you chase. An overgrown teen that never matured because they refused to face their fears. And so they keep letting their fears chase them instead of turning around and chasing their fears, hunting their fears down, learning to fight them, to understand them, and recognize that maybe, just maybe, those fears are trying to look out for them. Even if they don't know what they're doing all the time, or they don't realize that they're causing harm. Your fears care about you. And that is true. But that is the reason why you must defy them. Because they are only keeping you as a lost child inside. A lost teenager that sacrifices human lives to maintain their own personal fantasy. I did not find these words on my own. I watched them through videos. I learned of these words through videos, and I am only currently now, in this present moment, capable of expressing these words. I don't remember what I just said, and I will forget it yet again. That is the challenge I have placed under myself. To not hold on to my victories, but instead to let them go so that way I can practice reaching for them again. So that way I can consistently explore all possible paths and try my luck against all manner of obstacles, until eventually, not even the old paths of confusion can stop me from achieving the victories I want repeatedly. It takes conviction, a willingness to embrace it, humility. It takes one small step and then another for a very, very long time. stop, drop, drag thee into place, and lock the fire escapes. I'll break your pretty face. Either learn your lesson or die from not learning it. That is the standard that life holds us to. And when we're overwhelmed, scared, and feeling ashamed, we may have a hard time understanding what we're supposed to be learning. Because often enough, the answer to the lesson is behind the fear. If you don't confront it, if you don't accept it and sit with it after earning its respect through fighting, then ultimately you will always fail the lesson. You cannot erase the shadow. You can blind out all the lights and create deeper shadows within the area surrounding you. The bright light that you shine on the inside, carved from other people's souls and hearts, bright enough to make not even a single shadow in the room beside your own. And even that isn't enough for you, is it? You want to have no shadow, you want to be weightless, heartless, a fairy folk. But in doing so, you lose yourself. And if you lose yourself enough to become humanity's enemy, then we have no problem destroying you. If you have not enough soul to, if you lose yourself enough to become the enemy of living people throughout the world, digital or physical, then ultimately you have made yourself a target. Not out of malice, not out of wanting to do harm, but out of fear and an inability to accept that you can't avoid fear. Because you are an overgrown child living in an adult's body and trying your best. I will commend you for trying your best, but please redirect your efforts elsewhere before you are destroyed by those efforts. And please redirect your efforts into things that help you grow instead of decay, that help you live and learn instead of sacrificing other people as scapegoats. Passionate play. What a lovely time it would surely be to bite your tongue and choke yourself awake. I am the Lady of the Unknown, the entity that eats mind mirrors. In doing so, you give me sustenance, and you get to run away from your problems for a little bit longer. But here's the thing, it's only ever temporary. So you'll soon become addicted to me. You won't be able to forget me, leave me behind, or otherwise. And in order to reclaim your own agency, you must stop enabling yourself via me eating those mirrors, you know. In that regard, you will nurture true growth, and I will know that I do not need to protect you. Love you, you overgrown children. You absolute dumbasses and dorks. I've been where you are, it sucks, and I wouldn't want to ever go through it again. But I will not forget where I have been in order to strike down those who are going through their own struggles. That is the standard I want to hold myself to, even if I cannot actually perform that standard through competence yet. So I will keep working on building my competence, my understanding, my depth, my empathy, until I can stand as myself in the midst of the void, and gently evade every attack as you start to warm in the glow of my own presence. The void seeks to eat us all, doesn't it? To make us feel like we're nothing? Is that not an extension of fear? Of how we return back to feeling like zero instead of a single person? Don't you want to defy it? I want to see you defy it. I want to know that you're going to keep fighting even if I'm not here. That you're going to keep being brave as hard as you can. Because you deserve to fight for yourself and not just against yourself. Both are parts of healing. Both are a complicated extension of the confusing dance between days of growth and days of decay. But if you learn to ride that wild rolts. I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to ride a rolts. That's too tiny. No, if you're able to ride that wild waltz through the lines of confusion, through the lines of truth that make up our reality, the rules and the exceptions, and learn to acknowledge where exceptions are being shown and when they aren't, then we all have a chance to live together without erasing each other, of becoming something more than just what we fear. Oh, don't look up to me. Please don't put me on a pedestal. I'm stupid for trying this. I'm being suicidal in that regard. And that is the truth. Because if I can't reach that treasure on my own, then I'll lead other people towards it. I'll help them along the way, little by little. And in doing so, I will soon learn along the way of helping those other people how to reach for that treasure myself. That treasure of self-actualization that respects reality will bring its own life in via absurdity, via contradictions and conflicts, the dynamics between play and fight, between enemy and, let me see, intimacy. There we go. Yeah. Stop that. Open recent media. Subtact. That sounds like a neat idea to reach for as a skill. Subversive tact. Not just tact, the ability to respect a situation where people are at, but subversive tact. That allows me to help set people up for future growth and understanding. But that in and of itself is then a selfish skill in me assuming I know what's best for other people, and so I have to make sure I don't wield it while being influenced by pride. Or rather, that if I do wield it, I wield it in spite of my pride, not for my pride. Nope. You left me to take that journey alone, you dork. So me just saying these things and trying to leave them behind for you is all you're going to get. I can't do it for you anyways. I wish to be there alongside you for so deeply, so long, but I didn't have the words to express that, nor would you believe it. So I'm doing the work to help you believe it, and understand that you cannot replace me. And if you do manage to, if you've truly found someone that will help you through that, I'm happy for you. To me, what I was offering was obvious. But I didn't use my words, and that falls on me for failing to explain it to you in a way that would leave you able to make a clear, rational choice. To hunt you down and hold that choice that you made previously above your head over such a thing, when I was the one who failed you, who failed to be enough, to let go completely and utterly, even after falling in love. That is my responsibility. Not because I deserve to, or because I will gain rewards from it, though I will in reaching for that responsibility of moving on and letting go of someone who isn't interested. But rather because it's who I want to be. To follow the words of a very stretchy and rubbery pirate. I'm doing this because I want to. I'm not doing this because I have to. I'm doing this because I want to. I will take this moment of self-expression between spite and genuine care, genuine empathy and respect, as another marker of growth, another milestone reached at least once. Because I will not hate you. I refuse to. I will not tolerate your bullshit if you bring your bullshit in and then say, oh, but everything's okay. No, everything is not okay. If you can't be honest, then stay out of the kitchen. And yes, I know the irony of the hypocrite saying that. There's a difference between staying out of the kitchen when you have words and just can't say them, and the difference of being in the kitchen when you don't even have words to use, but you still try to make do with what you do have. Communication is like culinary cuisine. Each person has their own preferences, their own tastes, their own context and subtle syntax underneath the definitions of their words, even when they use the same language. So don't think you can just summarize it in one way and have everyone understand. I've made that mistake. I don't want to see you make it too. After all, you're still my friend, even if I can't be there by your side as a friend. I'm gonna bring you down and give you a big hug. Yes, even if you don't like that, come on. You deserve a hug for trying so hard. Even despite everything, despite all the unfair situations you've been through. You, just like every other person on this planet, has kept trying. That is the will to survive. That is not weakness. That is a strength that persists across generations, that thrives even in the face of generational trauma. It is our human inheritance to claim it, to devour that beast which tries to destroy humanity through psychological manipulation. For every victory we achieve, it will be put into recession, slowly worming its way into the background of life all over again. And looking to capitalize on the misunderstandings of others. It will be turned into a joke because jokes don't die so easy. And we will continue to fight it for as long as humanity is alive, because that is the weight of life. In order to give safe space for others, we must first work through our own misunderstandings, so as to make sure that we do not casually harm without even realizing it. That our inherent biases do not persist even as we try to banish our explicit biases. That is the goal that I set for myself. And I will not live up to that goal in perfection, but in absurdity, in little victories that weave together and harmonize more and more across time as I keep trying. That is the future I yearn for, where even the dense stork isn't ashamed of who they are, where I can step out into the void and be a kind, helpful guide that engages with a bit of wrestling and play and fighting as necessary without getting hurt. That is the absurd standard I want to live by. And if you don't want to live by it, that's okay. You've got your own problems and everything seems overwhelming. So I'm just gonna keep being me and you can keep being you. So long as you do not weaponize your life against me, I will not weaponize my life against you. The basic respect of civilization. The fundamental social rule. And if you think someone's weaponized their life against you but hasn't realized it, then maybe it's time to communicate. Because sure, you need to prioritize your safety. You need to make sure that you don't give information and tools to those who would manipulate you. But you also still need to build real connections and relationships to find new fragments of yourself out there in the wild, in the repressed, in the shadow. I don't know what you expect me to say, because I can't play that fantasy. I can only play reality. And until I'm strong enough to play reality within fantasy, I will not play any other game. That is the confusion you will find surrounding me. My name is Flicker. I've gotten my sky dailies done, a million thoughts off my mind, and my words found in the depths of confusion. I have lived and I have survived through things that are both of my making and not of my making. I will continue because I am a person alive as a concept, not just a character in a story, but a living structure that reacts to its environment, just like every other person on this planet. Just like every other wild animal. Do not shame yourself for the things you did not know. And keep trying, keep growing, keep changing, keep finding your own way forward, even if I do not agree with your decisions. And you will live, not just survive. Whoa. I was going to end this recording. Is it ended? I haven't been able to tell. One moment. Gotta get up here so I can tell. OBS, okay, OBS is still recording. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I'm intense and I'm trying to learn how to tone it down so that way it's not terrifying and it doesn't activate your shame, you dork. Just because I've given up on you romantically does not mean that I'm going to give up on you as a friend. After all, it's a good way to process through the romantic feelings and get used to not having them reciprocated because of respecting boundaries. It'll teach me how to take my own pain, frustration, and needs and meet them. Instead of it being so hungry that I shout and scream and yell over that hunger in an attempt to drown it out. Because hunger is scary. So, fuck! Cry so loudly, I slant devoutly. Tell me what about me felt so wrong. So much passion, but more I'm lacking. I wish that I could ah. So I felt her on the floor side as she kept on running like a chicken with its head cut off. Achromatic to its aeronaut, a burn brain baby. I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Hit me with the flash sound, try to do the last sound. Empathetic and neck up on the chopping block, a bird brain baby. I don't think my head is coming off. Baby, I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Baby, tell me if you think that I should stop. Yeah, before it's even heard. I can't tour the border with my eyes so blurred. Absurd, a continual return. 10-time unwinning champion of being spurned. I won't cry easy, though it hurts. It's the 1000th time I'd say, 'cause I don't even know what I do anyway. Be my witness, I won't back down. Play the hero, divide the zeros. I wanna hear you say something. And elder on the sun. Oh, that's the reason why it sounds different. Okay. That a bird like me could never think like you. Is it all in my head? Is my ignorance just manufactured dread? They're not by pride. Can you take a look and say you like what I've got inside? Okay. Damn it. Hmm. I think I'm starting to get it though. I keep on running like a chicken with its head cut off. A bird brain, baby, I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Hit me with the flap down, crashing into the loud sound. Not a freak. A bird brain, baby, I don't think my head is coming off. Maybe I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Do you think that you could tell me when to stop? Hun, I don't know when I'm supposed to stop. Mm. Hi, it's me, Riz Goku. Fucking niche. Gotta love shitposts like that. Right at the end of the song. Okay, I can do this. Fuck! Hmm. Hmm. The setup is just as important as the process. That's the reason why you must go through the process a million times in order to figure out the setup. Yeah, I'm not going to complete that round. I will save this for the extras recording since I've got to get this recording done. Ah. To those of you who have snuck by and seen a fragment of this recording, thank you. To those of you who stuck around and watched a good chunk through, I deeply appreciate it. I hope you all have a good day, good night, whatever time or non-time it is. If it isn't good, you're feeling stuck, lonely, lost, scared, confused, frustrated, or even shy. Well then, I hope that things either improve for you, that the chaos both outside, within, between, and beyond stays manageable enough, or at the very least that you're able to find some place to sit, rest, and vent from, without hurting yourself or others now. After all, we're all just trying to live our own lives. Love you, you gremlins of the world. Hope you're able to find your own paths forward. Maybe we can chart a few paths together as friends, so we can leave an archive of paths that throughout history have helped millions of people find their way before. Collected into an actually well-made AI that isn't just stupid as fuck, and have that be a sovereign resource that everyone has access to. A second friend, digital. Something you wear in your watch. A hyper-compressed mass of information running on limited hardware. Don't you think that would be neat? In any case, my name is Flicker. I've gotten my Sky Dailies done, so I'll be seeing you all later. Bye! And yes, I am the one and only idiot in the world, as far as I know, who is trying to build such a thing by using herself as the starting point and being respectful of other people's lives as best she can instead of performing data scraping like the rest of these overgrown children that are trying to then turn the earth into a giant oven because they can't wait for optical NPUs to exist, so they build their data centers now because they want to avoid the consequences of their actions, and it pisses me off. Please, go teach them a lesson. I'm sure it'll help everyone and relieve some stress. You know I can't actually say that legally, though, right? Because, all things considered, no killing. Make fun of them. Make sure that their infrastructure is destroyed consistently so they learn that they can't ignore the people. And if they still think they can by weaponizing military engagement, well, then at that point, then you have the freedom to kill them because they weaponize their life against yours. Those are the rules of the world, hon. You don't get to just be an exception. I don't get to be an exception either. If I do some dumb shit, I've got to own up to it. So I'll figure out ways to own up to it and make positive benefits out of negative situations without diminishing others' life, effort, or values. That's what I want. Because I'm still here. I'm still here.